All right. So the next person I'm going to read about is Old Abe. Wisconsin goes to war, two stories. What made Old Abe, the war eagle, so famous? In 1861, an eaglet was captured by Chief Sky, a member of the Ojibwe Nation. Dan and Margaret McCann traded some corn to Chief Sky and got the eaglet as part of the exchange. The McCanns treated the eaglet like a pet. When the Civil War began later that year, Dan McCann thought that the eaglet would make a good mascot for soldiers, forming into companies in northwestern Wisconsin, not far from the McCann home on the Chippewa River. He found a willing group, Company C in Eau Claire, somewhere between Eau Claire and Camp Randall. The company named themselves the Eau Claire Eagles. The company's captain named the eaglet Old Abe, and he became the most famous Civil War mascot. One time I was driving to go camping up by Eau Claire, south of Eau Claire, and there was one of those brown historical markers. So I like to stop at those, of course, being the history guy I am. And it was the location of the McCann household where Old Abe grew up before he was given as a mascot for the Civil War. Isn't that kind of funny? So that they actually knew where the McCann household was. Anyway, keeping going. Old Abe and Company C marched into Camp Randall to the tune of Yankee Doodle. When they passed in front of Governor Randall, Old Abe grabbed the company's flag with his beak. He flapped his wings and became the center of attention. People immediately thought of Old Abe as a symbol of good luck. Now, this one's really cool. After Company C trained and became part of the 8th Wisconsin, or the Eagle Regiment, they changed it from the Eau Claire Eagles to the Eagle Regiment, Old Abe stayed with the soldiers as the regiment fought in 37 battles. Neither Old Abe nor any of the soldiers who carried the standard on which he traveled was injured in battle. Such good fortune added to Old Abe's being a symbol of the Union for which they were fighting. When the Civil War ended, the state of Wisconsin took over the care of Old Abe. He lived in a two-room apartment in the basement of the state capitol and was fed fresh rabbits. He had many visitors and loved to perform and stretch his wings for them. Here's a picture of him. After the Civil War, Old Abe was still quite a show-off. He loved being the center of attention in crowds. When people cheered, he would spread his wings, as he is doing here. Old Abe traveled as a mascot of the 8th Wisconsin Regiment. The regiment fought in battles in the western part of the South. On the map, you can see the states where these battles took place. These are all of the battles that he fought all along the Mississippi River. Think that might have been important for the Civil War? The Mississippi River? Oh, you bet. All right. There's some really good stories. I am actually going to read another book to tell you about actually how brave he was, and Old Abe actually churned the tide in a battle. I want to say it's the Battle of Corinth, but I'm not 100% sure. You're going to learn about that when I read this book to you tomorrow, actually. All right.